Yeah, Punisher War Machine is all about winning. So I had to put him in a deck that's all about winning. Yesterday we tried kind of a ramp package. I wasn't totally in love with it. So today I wanted a deck that utilizes a bunch of cards that want to win their location for various reasons. You know, Silver Surfer winning a location, a copy of Mother Ascani can create some absolutely silly, crazy big hands, as long as your opponent doesn't have Mobius, which frankly they often do. Eliath kind of wants you to be winning priority so that he can go off. Galactus, of course, wants you to be winning. We got some cards to help you win those locations early. Nightcrawler in particular, that movability is nice. Rocket likes you to be winning because of priority, but also that movability is nice to help you win some spots. And when all that comes together, you can create some really big, powerful plays in this deck. So Punisher War Machine giving you that extra energy. I call this kind of like a small Wiccan effect, where there's nothing in particular specific you're trying to ramp towards, but you know, just sometimes like having 6 energy on turn 5 is great because you can play a Wilson and a Viv Vision together, and it's like that one little bonus energy makes life a little easier. Play 2 straight 6 drops is sometimes, even a 1 drop on top of those can help create some more fluid turns and some surprising plays that catch the opponent off guard, like a turn 5 Eliath suddenly possible thanks to the Punisher War Machine. Now, I played this deck in the past when Ascani Sun first came out. I liked it a lot. It had like a crazy win rate. But I will say since then, the meta has definitely shifted a bit. Now there are so many people playing things like Martyr, because we've got all these like techno-organic virus decks out there where Martyrs come down early. We've got Shadowlands Daredevil in the mix too. That's a big early body. A lot more tempo in the meta that I think this deck isn't quite as good as it used to be. Sometimes it is hard to win with these more honest cards like Iron Patriot, Ascani Sun. They don't quite compete against Martyr, into Lizard, and some of the really high tempo stuff, Rhinos, and some of those rock versions of the deck. It's sometimes hard to find your gaps because this deck does sacrifice stats a little bit for these kind of upsides. There are matchups like, say, Silver Surfer running the new Storm Horseman of Famine. Like, they skip their first 2 turns. Really easy for Punisher to catch a win, for Ascani Sun to get ahead early and kind of snowball, right? If they don't have those early bodies, but, you know, it's kind of 50-50 right now in matchups where they're playing for hard tempo. So I think a month ago, this deck would have been actually totally nuts, and I think Punisher War Machine would have felt amazing in it. And I think maybe, who knows, a month from now, it actually might find a gap again, just sort of as metas shift and evolve, depending on what people are doing. I think there are going to be matchups that are more often hit where this really thrives. As it stands today, I don't think this deck's great. Now, I actually still had a 9-6 run, so I don't think it was like terrible or anything. Like, it still puts together some wins. It just, there were definitely matchups where it struggled to connect. You know, that said, sometimes Punisher does pull people away from a spot where you can like then dump a Viv Vision, right? Like they so focus in on the Punisher War Machine that your Viv goes uncontested or your Silver Surfer gets a head start, right? So there are still some kind of fun like manipulations possible as opposed to like raw brute force winning that you might expect with this deck. So there's still some sneaky stuff to do, still some lines to find, still some wins to find. I just think this is one you might want to keep an eye on. And in that regards, like looking at Punisher War Machine, his data right now is like dead even, basically dead even 50% win rate, dead even 0 cube rate, slightly positive technically, but that's really because people are stuffing him into some of those techno-organic virus decks where he does okay, but he makes the deck worse. So his numbers are actually kind of being bolstered, even though he's perhaps the worst card in the deck. His overall data looks okay. That's why I do wish we had like drawn win rate data, like we have in Hearthstone, to kind of isolate the card a little bit more. So I think he's probably okay at best right now, and maybe actually just kind of making decks playing him worse. I'm not even sure this deck wouldn't be better without Punisher War Machine. Maybe just another high tempo 1-drop Hydra Bob or something could improve this deck actually instead of this card. So he has his moments. He has some real upside. I don't think he's actively that bad, but he does kind of feel like card number 12 in this deck and perhaps many others as well. So it could maybe use a little bit of a boost. I don't think it'd be nuts to make this card a 2/3, frankly, because that would still create a lot of ties when you play him by himself, but just gives him that little bit of more edge, you know, could help some. So ultimately, a fine deck, I think, and a fine card, which I know is the boring answer, but I think that's the real one. There's still some fun to be had, but nothing crazy for Punisher War Machine as far as I'm concerned. All right, no early game. Man, It's like I want one more one drop in this deck, but I tested a previous version with another one drop, and it honestly felt like I just never. Oh, that's so unlucky, dude. It felt like I never had enough stuff to do with my extra energy, right? So it might be another one of those instances where, you know, trying to stuff in a Punisher War Machine is actually kind of hurting your deck a little bit, right? I cannot believe that Makari hit, dude. Watch them get the Horde over there too. I would be so mad. I would be so mad if they rolled the Horde over here. Now the good news is here, that's the sickest thing I've ever seen in my whole freaking life. It actually does make my rocket a little better too in theory, but I think we'll still stick to Viv for now. That's the sickest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's gonna count as winning because it's in bar with no name. Oh, that is so sick. I cannot actually believe how sick that is, dude. Oh, because it's not actually about points. It's about winning. Oh, that is the sickest thing I've ever seen. Now, Ascani-san is actually kind of a liability a bit with bar with no name, but I think I can just kind of use it for tempo right now. I don't have to hit the button, right? Like I think we just win right basically this game always. So it's just about winning one more spot, which I think is actually likely to be left with Galactus. That's gonna be my goal anyway. I'm gonna move Rocket left and just play for that giant oh no. Are you serious? That is so Clintar turned it into a symbiote because it's that's so stupid. I could die. It's so stupid that I could actually die. Oh, that's so stupid. Can I win mid now is really going to be the challenge, because I've lost left. Right is like pretty much gone. I mean, I guess if they play a Surfer, right is actually kind of tied, as long as I don't Ascani-san. Like, are they going to play a Surfer though? And can I win if they... I actually can win if they don't, maybe. How big is this? 13 and 6, 19, but maybe some... well, no, Rocket never helps. They get a Horde to 16. I mean, in theory, they might play a guy here, though. I might be not quite big enough. I have to win art. I mean, like, I might have to win both of the... Maybe you trust Surfer here? What is that? 24 and 4? Or no. Yeah, 24 and 8. 32? I mean, Carter can't be that big if they don't play a Surfer, and if they play a Surfer, it comes down to tiebreakers. I mean, dude, this game's crazy. Storm is actually a lot of points. It does buff the Rocket a little bit, though. That actually doesn't hurt us at all. I think we're just... Oh, they go for the Surfer! So we win a tiebreaker, I think. Maybe win anyway. I think we're gonna win anyway. Yeah, we're just gonna win anyway. Well, Storm hasn't gone off yet, actually. Storm's still gonna go off. So we win a tiebreaker because they played the Surfer. Dude, if they hadn't played Surfer though, we would have tied over here, because Surfer gave them +2, right? So, but what they could have done instead, maybe if they had the option, I don't know what exactly was available to them, but maybe they had a bigger 3-drop. Although, no, it's hard to have a bigger 3-drop because Storm's really big, right? She's like 7 points or whatever. They might not have had a bigger 3-drop. So they maybe could have gone for just Storm and no Surfer, or no, like I said, you had to have the Surfer to make that 24 to 22. Otherwise, it was going to be 22 to 22. It had to be a card that's bigger than Storm with no Surfer. Wow, this game is one of the craziest games. The Punisher bar the name into the Zombie Horde reroll. We lost a 50-50 on that. What an insane game. Just absolutely insane game. I don't even really know what to make of it, but that was freaking cool, dude. That was really cool. I feel like every time I get opening hand War Machine, I never get a 1-drop. It's so hard. It's so hard to get both, man. We're gonna snap the Bob out. Also, just because I think I have a pretty good hand, really, in the scheme of things. Like, I don't know, Viv's not like the weird thing is, like, you know, you want your Viv to win. It's like the opponent's already leaning into this so hard. We know they're gonna have at least 5 points here. It's like you want to go Rocket, but I don't have priorities. So it's like, does Viv actually go elsewhere? Because you're thinking like they're so focused on Punisher. Now I can win with Viv left or whatever instead, right? Almost using the Punisher here as a distraction more than going for the Punisher himself, right? Kind of doing a sneaky little pivot here where it's like, ha ha ha, you fool, I was actually going for Viv. You're stupid. Even though they're not actually stupid, but you know, maybe I just don't care about that. It's bait. It's bait. Now, how do I win Vault, though, is the real question. Next turn would be like Rocket. Patriots, kind of too late to really be relevant on turn 5. I mean, Rocket Right's pretty cool because you can maybe... I guess we're not going to have priorities, so you wouldn't really catch anything there, but you could... Well, I mean, I can also just move them right, too, you know? I could just reveal them both left. And then move them right if I want, you know? They're not going to catch any points, though, if I do that. It's literally just the Josie's buff here. But maybe that's good enough. They also will be the biggest guys to perhaps discount the Wilsons. You might have, like, Wilson Patriot. You almost even trust a Viv here, but I think I value the points on the Rockets more than I value the points on the Viv buff, right? And I think this has a chance to hold anyways, so. So they're at 16. Drax is going to get big, but not move. So we do need to have the among the biggest guys. Drax is tied. Wow, our Wilson's hanging on for dear life there, man. That's cool. So yeah, I think indeed you just go boom, boom, boom. Excellent. God. Hit it back. Now I do have priority, so maybe Eliath is the move. You could get more points like this. But I kind of have enough points. I'm almost worried more about like Star Aurora or something, right? But Aurora could also hit over here. How many points does Aurora give them right? Only 2 from ongoing. So only 4 points actually on reveal and ongoing. So that's 20. But I'm only at 20. So that's a tie break you'd go into. So do they actually play the Aurora left for Pim Arrow? Wow. Or do they play it mid for the basic arrow buff? Oh, God. Oh, God. Also, shield, I mean... Oh, you know what they might do? They might move shield left. And then play Aurora mid. Oh, God, I don't know. Wait, I don't have... Oh, I did have priority. Yeah, I have priority. For a second, it updated like I didn't, but I did. I was like freaking out for a second. No, we got it. Yes! Genius! And Punisher War Machine finally getting to go off with a little celebration there. Yes! Okay, sick, dude, sick, yeah. I honestly did not see Pit of Exile this whole game, so that was a surprise, but probably won us the game anyway, because I think I probably would have just played like Wilson stuff, and I might have lost a tiebreaker. So this worked out great. Yeah. Oh my God. Cool win, dude. That was fun. Punisher War Machine, in a weird way, was good. Just not the way you think, right? Just not the way you want. Murder World, no problem. Martyr is good. Any of our 2 drops. Well, actually, you know, Punisher left would be kind of an interesting hit, wouldn't it? I think you'd be okay with that. You'd be like, yeah, I'll just throw the Punisher in. They won't want to. Oh, almost. All right. Either way, this is fine. Good 3-drop follow-up. They don't even hit, so this is kind of perfect. Oh, Makari could have stole, but Makari goes left to screw the opponent. Surfer decks are perfect for Punisher War Machine, by the way, because they're like skipping those first 2 turns for Storm regardless. Wow, bailed out left. Unbelievable. Bailed out left. Oh my God, that's not really that good for us or the opponent. Playing only 1 card's kind of pointless. Yeah, I think you like Viv a bit better than Rocket for now. I mean, in theory, you like Ascani Sun getting down earlier. How much energy am I gonna have next turn? 5? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's just Viv. Viv right looks pretty good to me. We would have caught a rocket here, it looks like. Hey, shutting down the opponent's Viv, though, is fantastic. We could actually contest their Viv again if we wanted to. Ooh, I really like a Ascani plus Surfer, though. That's pretty sweet, too. Dang, that's cool. This kind of locks you in, right, if you do it there, but you don't really want to do it mid because of Thunderbolt's tower. You don't really want to do it left because you don't know if you have enough points, although you could almost certainly force enough points left, but you want to have a lead in Baxter building still because that's part of your point contribution. So it's just gonna be about finding the right balance of cards here. But good news is, like, we can actually play a Ascani Sun to support. Bro, this is insane. This is actually so insane. Double Surfer left is just like completely insane. Ascani's still winning us. Oh, just kidding. Not winning us right. That's a little more annoying, but I guess it kind of doesn't maybe matter because, like, you know, you assume these rockets just farm the game regardless, right? It's actually the most ridiculous turn you've ever seen in your life. Their Viv moves mid. Bro, this is a ridiculous amount of points and stuff. I don't have party, so my rockets are just points for the record. But I think you have enough lead left that you just trust Ascani Sun. You're adding, well, I don't know. I actually need to do some math because Storm already went off there, right? Did she already go off? No. Oh, she did. Oh, there's +2. Okay. Oh, that's the hand buff version. Okay, she came down. Yeah, she didn't buff board. I was looking for a board buff. They didn't come down together. So 18. You assume maybe another 8 comes in there. That's 26. I mean, this is 22. I mean, I guess 18 plus 11 is 29. That should be enough. You don't expect double Surfer because you're winning everywhere so hard. Like, there's just no way double Surfer ever connects, right? Like, Surfer first steps here just... Oh! Just kidding! Chameleon! We never see Chameleon. I'm actually fine anyway. I'm so strong mid, it doesn't matter, right? Wait, no way. No way. No way. No way. No way. No way. I actually literally cannot believe I've lost this video game. Bro. The Chameleon. But I couldn't anyway. I mean, look at this. Even if I'd played 11 and 11, I'm still losing right, which means I'm losing mid. I actually literally could not win. How on earth did these numbers go so badly for us? I would have only had 4 more points here. 33 to 34. I put the biggest points here, so if you lose Baxter building, I just literally cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I have how many more points? By the way, great roll in the Ant-Man. I have so many more points than the opponent, but they just happen to be slightly too tiny. God, I needed their Viv. I don't even know. I cannot believe the Chameleon. Nobody's playing Chameleon right now. It's a boss move. It worked. I don't actually know what I would have done differently, you know? Like, obviously you want your Surfers to go with the Ascani. That was like, that's a decision, you know? We had to do that. Like, getting priority would have been nice, but the Broods were just kind of impossible, right? Like, we thought we were going to get priority off the Ascani Sun, but the Broods were too big. Like, in hindsight, yeah, sure, maybe you put a Surfer right, but you never do that with like, you don't do that in game. You just don't think you need to, right? I just cannot believe it. I am just absolutely stunned I've lost this game. I don't actually know what I would do differently, is the crazy thing. I like, even just catching the Thunderbolt's tower made a difference, right? If we weren't Thunderbolt's tower, we might have won this game. Unbelievable, dude. Astounded that we've lost. If she were going to do that, it should say, like, at the end of the turn, reduce my cost, not an active aura style ability like that. A great Ascani Sun start here. I feel like this deck today, I've been playing a couple variations of this, trying to find the right kind of balance of stuff. I feel like this deck is doing a lot of this, like, archetype, whatever, because I'm playing different lists. Like, it's doing a lot worse than I expected it to. I thought this was gonna be better, frankly. So I don't know, man. I'm a little, like, I don't know. I feel like this had a window when Ascani Sun first came out where this, like, tempo stuff was a little bit different and unique. But now that everybody's doing like Martyr stuff and Daredevil stuff and Wilson stuff, I think this lost a little bit of its unique edge, and people can just kind of outpace you a little bit better now. So that's maybe part of it. I guess Rocket here, I don't know, people want to contest the Ascani Sun, right? So Rocket's a good way to kind of do that. Mobius is actually relevant for us with Ascani and Wilson. Oh, Wilson, my good dude. Honestly, I kind of just trust that 6 to hold because it's really like 8. So I think you just go mid and get strong there with Josie's, right? Get 4 free points. And then I guess you're playing Wilson right, aren't you? Whoa, that Ascani border looks crazy. What is that, dude? Looks like a painting. I feel like I've never seen that before. Shows you guys what I know about this stuff. Does 1 extra energy next turn really help me? No. And that's only if Punisher gets pulled anyway. No, I don't even think it works. This is after turn 5. It might because of objective, but I don't know. I'm just gonna go Wilson right to make sure we're winning that Ascani Sun super hard here. And then I think you just try to rely on Eliath, don't you? Eliath. Well, okay. Thankfully, we are actually gonna be able to rely on Eliath. Does Punisher check here or not? I don't think he does. You're ahead by 12. If you move out Rocket, I just don't think you move out Rocket. I think you just Ascani Sun and hope it goes mid, actually. I think that's the move. Like, they might just go for Techno Organic again, which Rocket doesn't do anything against, but like that's fine because we'll just be ahead by enough. You know, they can't get that many Techno Organics. If they go Techno Organic mid, Eliath does miss that, but I'm just kind of hoping we get enough points in that case. It's also just not that strong. War Machine left is pretty solid, but I just wish he was mid. I'd rather him be mid. Actually, left also works. Just kidding. That's fine too. Yeah. Hey, oh, also, like, oh, bro, that's so sick. Like, I didn't even realize we got War Machine, War Machine. That's like yesterday's video. Oh my God, that's so sick, dude. That's really funny. Ascani Sun's like, I see what you want. I got you. That's cool, man. Yeah, this game wasn't like perfect, but it was fine. You know, it worked. It did the thing. Mirage is pretty nuts. Gambit's insane for us. We actually have Iron Patriot. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. I am so excited. Draw me the Punisher right now. Have it go mid. Even left might be fine. Who knows? Mid would be sick. Nightcrawler going there. That'd be fine with me. This is good too, though. I like this still. Very good lead on the Patriot here with the Nightcrawler. Sasquatch is sick. That's an instant Gambit activator already, man. So I think you go Viv first. Oh my God. You don't even have to go anything over there. Does Viv mid check Ascani Sun? Yes, it does actually. Okay, so that's good news. We also might just win Death's Domain for free, so that's good news too. Gambit is also going to delete that Ascani Sun at some point, hopefully. Sasquatch is basically going to be free. I don't know if you use the Gambit earlier than that. Like, maybe you actually try to do it on 5 to beat the Ascani Sun. Okay, that's actually kind of a big hit because it means I can't move my Nightcrawler around so much. The on reveal still goes off, as you saw. Like, that's already locked in. That's like attached to the hero, basically. Ooh, Punisher War Machine 2 is cool. Well, now you kind of want to do this to win your Punisher War Machine, I think, right? Interestingly, they now have to choose, like, do I check the Viv? Do I check the War Machine? Like, they've got some dilemmas here. Looks like they're checking the Viv, but it's hard to do because you lose 5 points, right? Like, it's really hard to beat the Viv here. You got to have something bigger than 5. Do they really have that? Or even bigger than that, really. Victoria, okay, that's not that big. Dude, this game's going great for us. This is a beautiful game so far. So we're definitely gonna play the Gambit here, I think. Yeah, Gambit plus Rocket seems pretty good to me. I still feel really confident about Right because they don't have their Gambit Horseman of Death, right? And we also might just delete their Victoria here too, by the way, which would be so sick. And then we just like finish on Eliath or I don't even know, whoever really, right? They keep playing cards right, which is kind of scary. I don't know why they're doing that. Just because they value the space, I guess, maybe? Shang-Chi's sort of cracked. I hope Gambit doesn't just kill the Shang-Chi, too. We want to hit Victoria Scani-san, ultimately. That would be the dream here. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Now they just, like, I don't know what they do here, right? How do they win this? Do we go Eliath left? Do we go Surfer Fisk? That's like 15. That's kind of the best split points for sure. Is there any way for them to stop this Nightcrawler? You know, Ascani-san, in theory, they could stuff left and Ascani-san, but then I think we would just do like Rocket, and then I guess you just dump this for points, right? They've already played a Shang-Chi, so we're not as worried about that. Like, there's no way this loses, right? There's just no way this loses. I think you just do Rocket for coverage against Ascani-san, and then you're fine. What's that from? Dina actually goes off. Bro, was the Nico an add to hand and I didn't realize? Oh my God. She disappears. I didn't, like, if you don't see the animation, you don't, like, that's why they played it there. To be sneaky. Oh my God. If they had played that Shang-Chi mid, do we lose? Actually, no. They would have still, oh, they would have won. Yeah, it would have been 10-9. Wow. Wow. That would have been a reason to play these two for sure, because like 15 points still would have held, you know? Oh my God. I'm glad I did the Rocket thing. That also saved us here too, potentially. We might have been okay with tiebreakers in some cases, I guess, if Rocket had stayed, but you know, there were some definite 2-drops that beat us. You got to be careful. That was kind of spooky. I don't know. I did not notice the second Shang-Chi. That you got to pay attention to the Nikos. That's pretty wild. That's scary. All right, Martyr is definitely fantastic. Any of our 2-drops here are great. If you thought you were gonna hit a Punisher, you know, you go Nightcrawler, I guess, but with Galactus in hand, definitely love the Martyr anyway. Spider-Ham really doesn't have that many great targets. Does Fisk go back to 5 or does he stay at 3? Does he know? I don't know. Might hit my Patriot card too. Let's see. Ooh. Onslaught's not great, but like a 2-8 Onslaught would be okay, right? Does Ham go off? It does not go off yet. Interesting. Okay. The 2-8 or 3-8? It's 3-8 now, isn't it? Yeah. Ooh. Like, you kind of get locked in if you go Fisk here. I think Martyr holds for a minute, so I'm gonna just do this. Yeah, Martyr holds for a minute. Nice. Okay. Pig hits what? Oh, it hits the Wilson and he goes back to 5. Okay, well, going for this kind of hurt us a little. If I know we're gonna get Nightcrawler anyway, bro, that's a ripoff. What a ripoff. Complete scam. Terrible draws here too. I mean, just really bad. Yeah, I mean, Nightcrawler's like fine, whatever. I mean, Onslaught's fine. I think we're just gonna go like Onslaught, Wilson, Galactus, right? Anti-Venom, sure. Martyr in this deck can screw us, by the way. We need to be mindful that Martyr can screw us. So we need to set up a scenario where maybe Martyr doesn't screw us. Drax buffed but didn't move. Does this win? Because Martyr kind of can't screw you as much because you think 26 holds and then you hope mid holds too, right? I think this probably works fine. Like, Martyr doesn't matter if you're big enough. 26, by the way, barely holds. 28 holds better. And like we said, Martyr could move left, but it had no impact. Yeah, this was boring. This was definitely the boring way. Like, this game was boring, right? Very boring. The one interesting kind of newish card I have here, like, the Onslaught was boring. Everything was boring, but it's just like good numbers. You know, Galactus is big. That's enough, I think, to be happy. So, boy, what a terrible hand. Not a single card under 3. Brutal. Like what our deck's entire plan is too. Brutal. It's getting worse. I guess we're playing. I might just play like a Silver Surfer right to try to get an Ascani hit or something, because currently I feel a mile behind. Opponent is just crazy high tempo too. Silver Surfer here with like a two drops could be kind of cool. Maybe Patriot could make some plays that way. Patriot Ascani Sun next turn. You'd never hit a Punisher, but you'd play it right anyway just to get the points, I think. I don't want to go Surfer mid, I don't think, because if I do hit an Ascani, I want to have an out for Ascani right. Opponent's just doing techno stuff. People really love the Techno Organic Virus deck. It's good, but it is getting played like a little above its rate, which sort of implies that it's like really popular, right? Otherwise, people would play the best deck, you know, not just a good deck. In other words, it's kind of, its popularity is sort of swinging slightly above its win rate. Again, it's a great deck. I'm not saying it's a bad deck. It's a fantastic deck. It's something like that. Oh my god, dude, I am getting bodied. Oh, Wilson Demon is crazy work, actually, man. That's so crazy. I'm getting just completely bodied this game, man. I'm not even close anywhere. I'm just complete and utter garbage, dude. I have never been bodied this hard in my life. I have no plays. Galactus ain't winning. I'm losing right. I mean, just it's just so hard to keep up with tempo these days for like a deck that's like, well, it's just like tempo. It's just like this meta is so high tempo. I just don't know if this game plan really works anymore, you know? Scani unfortunately already beats me right. Like, we're just so screwed. It literally cannot win the game. Literally impossible. Wow. Unbelievable beatdown here. Hey, good ones and twos. Yes. Hospice? I mean, like, Rocket's pretty cool, I guess. I think you go Ascani Sun and then Patriot, don't you? Just give him more time to tick up here. Ooh, Silver Sable's nuts for them. Zabu Silver Sable deck, by the way. What's that? Is it like kind of bouncy, but not exactly, right? Double Ascani on the Eliaths. I mean, you're not ever playing two Ascanis, really. What the heck, dude? I guess it's an Affliction deck, but I ain't never winning mid. Giganto's pretty cool, though. It costs 3, though, which is not really perfect again. Eliath do anything against an Affliction deck? Ooh! Oh, actually, so clutch, you didn't hit Ascani Sun. Okay. I mean, there's a pretty decent chance Ascani Sun's points, like, don't really do anything anyway here, but, you know, I don't know. Maybe. You go Eliath right. I think they're going to continue to double down over here, right? The problem is you're kind of locked in on points because Martyr is just really not great. You only have 13 points remaining, right? Like, that's the issue, is you need to be bigger, but you can't really get bigger is the other problem. I don't think I can ever win mid. I think we just lose this video game. I don't know. We did hit the Eliath. Is it something that totally screws them? Hazmat. Do we need to create a scenario where if Martyr moves... Hey, let's go! Yes! It totally screws them. I was gonna say, do we need to create a scenario where if Martyr moves mid, we win anyway, right? I think that's what we do here. Where you say, like, okay, Martyr, maybe you're gonna move, but if you move mid, we win, so she won't move mid because she can't, because that means we wouldn't be, you know, we wouldn't lose. And if she moves left, maybe you win too. She particularly gains points even over there. So, like, you know, create a challenge here basically where it's like, even though this doesn't actually win the game, although to be honest, it would go to like 17, I think, right? Or no, don't these point changes also double? I don't know how that works actually. But anyway, maybe it wouldn't actually win the game, but it would protect right. The problem is if they just got strong left, this wouldn't really work, right? That's the issue. Like, they could just play a card left and kind of win. Well, your Ascani Sun could maybe, you don't know, Ascani Sun could come in to win either of those spots too. So I think this would have been our play. We didn't really get time to talk it all the way through, but there's something sneaky cool about this. The opponent seems to have just lost on the Eliath though, so that's kind of the nice one.